Welcome back to Trip Talk Tech. We are joined today by celebrity, bodyguard, and philanthropist Bubba Almony. Man, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, and I really appreciate you for having me on here. So thank you so much. I'm well, and I hope you're doing the same.
Hey, man, everything is good, man. You know, at Trip Talk Tech, man, we love to show love back to the people in the community who are showing love. And as we all know, you gave that the Bubba Celebrity All-Star Basketball event that was great. I mean, I saw kids walking around just smiling and laughing, and they seen all of the stars. But again, getting back to the love, you put on this event. You put it on in Snow Hill. You were actually honored in that, you know. So again, just kudos to you, brother. Thank you for what you do in the community. And how does it feel to be honored by a community?
Oh yes, it's just one of the things, you could be, I've been giving back for 10 years. So, to be honored by the NAACP, that has a lot of meaning behind it. That's a historic civil rights based organization, dating back since the early 1900s that has done so much. And I'm also a member of the NAACP for those that may not know. And just to receive a community service award from them, to be only 26 years old, to be given that honor, that just speaks volume to the impact I've been able to make, and that I encourage everyone to find that leadership in you, find the Muhammad Ali within you, find that person that can fight, that can be a voice for others, use your influence, use your positivity, pray for people, empower people, whatever it may be, and it's really a prestigious honor. And you know I've received a lot of honors and awards, but that one really it really touched me on a different chord. I really to be at a celebrity basketball game that was my first one of its kind, and to be doing so much work in my community. The awards from home mean so much more. It just that appreciation, that love that community has for you, that you've done so much to mentor youth, to be a voice for injustices, and so many other things. Just being involved, being that person that is consistent. Anybody can show up, a day or a few minutes and give back, but when you're consistently having that pursuit of service to others, that's when it's really meaningful.
That's a good point. You mentioned that consistent willingness to wanting to be a servant,
Yes.
basically.
Yes.
And like I said, I saw that with just, the baseball teams coming to the event, just the young kids that are coming out, your cause, anti-bullying, mental health.
Yes.
Um, how does that cause, anti-bullying, and I know it's near and dear to your heart because I saw how you were moving around, and really kind of advocating and talking to the vendors that you had there for mental health. How does that anti-bullying message or just that cause, how does that tie into your purpose, Bubba?
It does, because as a bodyguard, you're a protector. You protect people physically, you protect them, giving them comfort levels, you protect their peace of mind. To be a bodyguard, you have to be to be a great bodyguard, I should say. You have to be that true protector.
True.
And that's my thing. Bullying and mental health, they coincide right together. Somebody that's being bullied, it's likely that they're going to develop mental health issues or thoughts of suicide, or maybe have to seek counseling or seek a therapist or be hospitalized, God forbid. And the same, that if you're having some mental health issues, you could be being aggressive to other people. You could turn into a bully. So, it's sometimes your own thoughts within that can be the biggest bully, actually, than any outside source. So just getting people information, and just being the biggest influence that I could be, not only in my community but in the U.S. and abroad. Just being that person that every day, you just strive to be of service to others. Ask God how you can serve Him, and that's really what is most important in this world, and especially in these times of a pandemic. We have to Everybody has to unite, and that was my mission with that event. It was so much more than just a basketball game. It was bringing all walks of life together. Whether you were a business owner, you were a child on a sports team, a family, whatever it may have been, that you were in the military, law enforcement, just bringing everybody together, uniting them, and showing people that it doesn't matter about religion or race or color and things of that nature, your background or what you do for a living. We all can get together and and get along and spread love and spread positivity.
You got it. You got it, man. And like you said, you showed that. One good point you made about bullying. I think a lot of people always think of bullying as being physical, or even if I'm getting picked on, that's a little mental. But it's always they look at it as what's happening in the right here, right now. But to your point, I don't think people see the long-term mental health effects of it. That trauma that it actually generates at such a young age in your flight or fight is so messed up at such a young age that this is how you operate as an adult. And just along this journey, and I know, and I'll let you talk to, I think it's a bigger cause with the anti-bullying as far as the commission that you're a part of. But being in doing this, and you, like I said, you've done this beyond the game. Have you seen along your journey just those effects, even where that mental effect turns into physical health effects down the line?
Oh yes, oh yes, absolutely. I've dealt with cases, from kids, being jumped at school 10 times throughout the school year, and just it being swept under the rug. Nothing was, there was no addressment of the behavior. These kids just feeling they can't seek any help. They can't say anything. They can't reach out. They feel like they're just it's like a lost cause. Like they just feel so alone. And I've had cases where people have committed suicide. Young people, by even way of hanging. And if you are once you are more familiarized with bullying and mental health, a hanging is a very harsh, and it sends a message when you hang yourself. It sends a message that you were calling out for help, you were crying out for help, and it just wanted to. It was like you did that because you wanted people to feel your pain. And we so often, Keith, suicide is often, the actions leading up to suicide are going unnoticed. But as soon as you mention suicide, you have everybody's attention.
Exactly.
And you mentioned something there as well, Keith. You said flight or fight, and that's what I use as a bodyguard. If I was in a dangerous encounter, or if a client was having there was a life threatening emergency, you choose flight over fight. You remove yourself and get you and your client to safety. And if I can pass that message on to these kids, because as a bodyguard, when you're speaking to these children, they're thinking that you're going to say, like, just attack your bully, or bigger, better, faster,
Yeah.
stronger. But when you can give them that mature deliverance and that message of empowerment, and just showing them this: remove yourself, don't retaliate, don't let somebody take your peace, joy, pride, and happiness in life. Don't let somebody cost you your freedoms and your liberties. Be that bigger, better person, and get out of that situation. And we also have to address the bullies, because oftentimes we just help the victims. But if you don't address that bully, he's going to create more victims along his path. There's going to be more of wrath. He's going to think that behavior is just normal. So we have to diagnose, assess, and just really have empathy and sympathy. Oftentimes that kid that you may look at and say, hey, he's just bullying so many people. He's not going to go anywhere in life. When people judge them like that, but at the end of the day, that kid or whoever it is, because bullying can happen anywhere, any place, anytime in the world. It can happen in a workplace. It can happen in prisons. It can happen in the military. It can happen in law
Domestic
enforcement work,
abuse.
domestic. It could happen anywhere. And we have to just really, have that mindset, and that bullying, what it really is, it's abuse. Clear cut, clean and dry, straight up, it's abuse. If you're bullying somebody, cyber, physical, verbal, it's abusive behavior, and it just has to be eradicated. Not just, oh, we stop it for a few minutes after Bubba gives a speech, and then the next day we're back at it. Because at the end of the day, when I leave, Keith, those kids have to make the decision, or that those people have to
That's
make the
true.
decision that you want to do right in life or you want to do wrong. If you do right in life, there's successes that come with it. And if you do wrong, there's setbacks, there's consequences. So we just have to, if we all just have that mindset that we want to eradicate bullying, not, oh, stop it for a couple of days or address it for a few days. No, we have to every day have that mindset. We just don't tolerate it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You're right. That's exactly what we need to get. Now, the shift back over, you mentioned the flight or fight, and I know I mentioned earlier your professional bodyguard. I know you've secured some of the A-list people out there. I mean, you had A-listers at your event, and I'll let you talk about that. But obviously, we're a technology show, and just wondering. I know things are changing. I know you can do a lot from your phone. You know, in your field of play, as you're securing more people like this, do you find technology as being a helper now into your day to day?
Yes, so I'll say this, Keith. Technology it presents a lot of challenges, but technology is also helpful. So,
Okay.
for instance, uh, for example, say a client is Justin Bieber, right?
Okay.
And Justin Bieber is going to a concert in the next week, and I'm preparing for it. I'm his bodyguard. Now he's promoting this flyer, and now he's reaching hundreds of millions of people. So it also creates a lot of challenges of the unknown. You don't know who's going to show up. You don't know what these people's intentions are. If they're following him, do they love him? Are they his fan? Are they do they want to create harm? Are they stalking him? Or so you have to do a lot of due diligence. But technology has also helped a lot. So just as anything in life, it's pros and cons to anything. Surveillance has gotten better. I've been in armored vehicles with level B7 armory with run-proof tires, and so technology has helped a lot. Our advancements have helped a lot. But I'm a firm believer in rely on what you can control. Your faith, your integrity, your character, your morals, all those things, and just knowing that one word can start a fight or it can end a fight. Just having just being able to relate to people. We all nobody's perfect, so
Understood.
I may encounter somebody in the security field and they're just having a bad moment or a bad day, and you can't take it personal. You have to set your pride and your ego to the side. You have nothing to prove.
Got you. Got you. Hey, man, what about that kid that is out there, or even that adult that might look at you and very inspired, 26 years old? That means you haven't been in the game, and I don't want to disrespect your experience, but you
Sure.
haven't been in the game for years and years upon years. So it's like, hey, I might be inspired to do exactly what Bubba's doing. Security detail of, again, I'm sure relationships got you where you at. So again, not taking you from that,
Yes,
but
sir.
from that guy that sees that, how do I get started? How do I become Bubba?
Right. So, as I tell all the kids, or just anybody in general, like whatever your life purpose or goal is, you have to discover that. Like we all have a passion, a purpose, a true divine calling on our lives.
Mhm.
My passion and purpose was to protect people, protect property, and most importantly, above that, was to make a difference in people's lives. And I can do that as a bodyguard, and I can also do that outside of my field when I'm speaking to these kids and I'm giving them personal safety tips and anti-bullying and bullying prevention messages. Um, and as you touched on, relationships are everything. Money spends once, but knowledge and connections monetize forever. So even if you lose your money, you can get it back with your knowledge and connections and resources. And something that they won't even teach us at Harvard, Keith, is that life is all about people, and it truly matters how you treat them. And just lastly, that whatever your dream is in life, hold on to it, protect it, and never let it go. Getting into the security field, a lot of people think, oh, it's cool. Like, oh, Bubba's wearing a suit and tie, and he probably gets all these women, and he just gets to show up and be next to a big celebrity. Like they don't see the sacrifices though. They don't see the blood, sweat, and tears, and they don't see the days where you're working, just days and days and days on end, and you're with some of the most high risk and high profile people in the real, where there's so many challenges and so many just what ifs, and just you have to be you have to have a critical soft skill, a very strong critical soft skill as a bodyguard, and that might surprise a lot of people. But relating back to that, you have to know how to de-escalate things. You have to if you're protecting children, making sure you're not putting them in something that is traumatizing, a situation that could traumatize them, or be like, wow, mom, like who is this bodyguard? He was like he escalated that situation. He was acting crazy. So You have to have that. That's one of your most important skills. And then obviously faith. God is my bodyguard. He's your bodyguard. He protects every one of us. So
Definitely.
I've been in all the way to armored vehicles. I've worn some of the highest protection, bulletproof vests, but nothing has ever even kept me as close of a glimpse to the protection of God's armor. That's 24/7, 365.
Definitely, definitely, man. It's crazy because like you said, you gave us a lot of gems in that one. But like you said, I think it's really understanding what you want and what you have inside of you, and having the faith to just go after it and go get it. And like I said, we saw that. I saw one thing you said too about being a people's person, and I think they don't see the back end stuff, even like that game, right? I just was privy to see some things going on just from being in the back, while seeing things going back and forth, and just like you said, having those famous people there, but then also having to make sure they get there securely, and then when they there,
Yes.
make sure they're secure. But then you're a part of the game because this is your event,
Right.
so I get it. I get it. It's a lot going on, and you're accepting the award over here. I think even this interview, right? We were supposed to do an interview there, but you're moving around so
Yes.
much. Like you said, I think it's very important that the people understand that again, whatever you want has to be worth some sacrificing something, right?
Oh
You're going to
yes.
give up something to get where you got to get to, but as you are proof of, when you get there, it is rewarding, but it's going to take me a little something, right?
Absolutely. And the most important part of success is giving back. Reaching back out to people.
Definitely.
Just whatever you can do. And a lot of times people think to be a philanthropist or be a humanitarian that you have to be like a billionaire or a millionaire. It's not that at all. You can pray for people. You can inspire. You can motivate. You can give somebody your time. You can volunteer somewhere. Like there's so many things you can do that don't cost a penny. So just have that. Just when you do good and you do it out of the heart and you do it because it's on your prayer channel, you will reap what you sow and you will be abundantly blessed.
You never lying there, man. You never lying there. All right, so let's go back. You mentioned one thing about cyberbullying, and again, I'm a technology show, so I want to go there. I know, obviously, for younger kids, that's probably on the rise more, especially COVID. You're not going to school, so it's
Oh
probably
yes.
more
Yes.
online bullying. Um, is it anything again in your journeys, and I know you in a lot of classes, you probably hear a lot of speeches. Is it any techniques that you can pass along to the children that might get confronted with cyberbullying? Is it just
Yes.
as simple as throw the
And
phone away or put the phone
right.
down?
And you hit
What
you
is
hit
it?
the nail right on the head there, Keith. It's as simple as hit the lock button on your phone. Nobody should ever have that power over you on your own device to steal your happiness, your pride, your joy, your peace of mind, your comfort, your safety. If they're harassing you, spreading lies, whatever it is, being a nuisance, bullying you online, report the account, block the account, screenshot if it's something that is extremely concerning enough, and just move on about your day. And thankfully now Instagram has added the new feature when you block somebody, you can block all future accounts that they can rate, and that is going to
That's
help out
dope.
so much because you block somebody, and then 5 minutes later they create a new account, and then
New
they create
person.
another account. Then so it's really down to these apps though, these Facebooks, these Instagrams, these Twitters. They have to crack down on this behavior,
They got the
and what they need to
responsibility.
do is they should just start banning people. Like if you have multiple offenses of bullying behavior, and you look into it, you investigate it, and you see it's a serious problem on your app, they should not be able to create it on your app. And what the all the apps should do is they should team up together, like and just ban everybody in general, like that. You couldn't be on any social media if you have that type of behavior that is destructive or just cruel or anything of that nature.
Yeah, we need to put you on an anti-bullying committee because
Right.
when I look at Facebook and then you open up Instagram and you see they all connected, they probably are using the same backend database somewhere where they can zap everybody,
Oh
right?
yes.
So
Oh
I,
yes.
I'm with you on that one, Bubba.
Appreciate it.
Hey man, now I heard word through the grapevine, and this is just again real quick on the bullying, and we'll get off of this and get out of here. But I heard through the grapevine through a program that you're with that you guys actually looked out for a couple kids that were bullied and you did something real special for them.
Absolutely. So I think it was about maybe a year and a half ago or so. I had, was reaching out to people and across social media, like, I wanted to find like children that had been habitually bullied or had experienced serious bullying issues. And, thankfully, through an organization of me having a close relationship to them, they were one of the few people that were actually honest. Like, hey, we have some children here that had really had some serious issues. And referring back to earlier, like I know I had mentioned to you on the podcast that that young man that had been jumped 10 times, and that was one of the kids amongst some other kids that were experiencing some pretty very cruel bullying or just consistent patterns that they had been seeing. And to give them a day where they experience bodyguard services, like professional bodyguard services, where they got the same service as A-list celebrities. They had
That's what's
three
up.
bodyguards, suit and tie. They had police escorts. They got to meet the mayor. They got to tour City Hall, go to the firehouse, and
That's dope.
walk down the boardwalk with police escort and things of that nature. I mean, it was just something that you couldn't measure the impact that it had on those children. It's something that will last a lifetime. And we were just showing them that we didn't do that to intimidate their bullies or anything of that nature, but to be that big brother or big sister they could look up to be that best influence and person in their life, and show them take the higher route. Don't scoop down to the level they. That's what people do in life. When you're on a certain frequency, they want to bring you down. So
Gotcha.
just reminding them of that and giving them some, important information of how they could be safer, how they could avoid environments, try to avoid bullies, things of that nature. And just that was like, it was, I've been in the security field now 10 years, Keith, and, I never heard of that ever even happening, of
Yeah, ever.
somebody being donated bodyguard services. So that was just something that, I'll forever remember. And I know that had even more of an impact on those children, because their some of their football coaches were like telling me, like, man, those kids would not stop talking about that for days and days and days. Every day at practice, they just kept saying, like,
I
they had
mean,
bodyguards. And so
think
that.
about how dope that is, man. If
Oh
I'm a
yes.
kid, right, and
Right.
I'm rolling up, number one, you got the black cars with the
Right.
with the tents, first of all, like I'm the president, and then I
Right.
jump out and I got these people who got the oh man, yeah, I'm probably feeling like somebody for a day. So I know that
Yeah.
was probably out of this world. And again, that just goes to who you are, man. And again, just I'm sure it made a lot of kids' day and empowered them.
Oh yes. Oh
you,
yes.
you you're kind of afraid to kind of walk in school, but now you can kind of go with your shoulders up and be who you are and realize, I like this feeling. So again, I'm sure that was just a dope experience. That's why I wanted to talk about it. I was like chomping at the bit. See, and again, you didn't even
Right.
bring that up. That just shows
Yeah.
you who you are, man.
I appreciate it. And and that was really powerful too, because kids that have seen serious bullying issues, that there's two things that likely usually happen. That kid is either going to snap and he's going to retaliate and do some
Crazy.
just some crazy behavior towards his aggressor, or he's going to take that pain he's feeling and take it out on himself. And
It's
God forbid he were
suicide.
to commit suicide or something. So that's why that one was so impactful. And I wanted the worst cases, like the worst cases that I could find, and those are the ones that were willing enough to be honest about their situations and comfortable, with coming out and things of that nature. So I'm just so glad of that, and I'm proud those kids got to experience that.
Yeah, man, and that's great. And like you said, and I think it's a great testament and a great story for Suicide Prevention Month, which is actually this month.
Yes.
So again, you're right there on time. All right, man. To wrap up, I got two questions for you. What's next? What's next for Bubba? What do you got? Are you gonna put this show on the road, or
Right.
are you? I know you got the bodyguard, and so I know you holding that down. What's on the horizon? What you got coming up for 2021, 2022?
Yes, sir. So just a lot of work, with clients, and also coming up on Saturday, I'll be, as crazy as it sounds, I'll be making my wrestling appearance
Wrestling.
at an event in Sugar
Okay.
Teak, Virginia. Um,
Okay.
I don't want to spoil the surprise too
All
much,
right.
but
All right. All right.
I'll be coming out and being a part of the show, and kind of defeating the bully. And
Okay.
so that's something that's special, and I'm honored. And then just planning this event. We want to do this obviously annually, but also we want to see if we can't do this thing every couple months as we get momentum, as we make it more impactful, as we spread the word more, and just take it, eventually all across the nation, and just, kind of like how the Harlem Wizards do, or the Harlem Globetrotters. They are, over any basketball, they're global goodwill ambassadors. They bring attention to dear causes. They do charitable work. They are, they love the kids, and that's what I'm all about. So just want to do something special like that, and who knows where this event's going to be in 5 years from now. God willing, this will be over anything of size and caliber to max capacity, and any celebrity we have, respectfully. Hopefully, it's one of the most impactful events of its kind.
That's what's up, man. I know you running behind it is going to be good. Last but not least, gotta ask everybody this on our show, and I think you know what it is, man.
Yes.
Favorite tennis shoe of all times. We got some bunch of
Wow.
sneakerheads on here,
I,
man.
I'm gonna say it's so many good ones, and I feel like you can't go wrong with this answer. But I'm gonna say the LeBron's South Beaches, the South Beach editions that he had when he was on the Heat. Man, those were
They were
tough.
dope. They were dope. I give you that
Yeah.
one. I give you that one. See that just lets me know you're a sneaker connoisseur. You did say
Right.
LeBron 50. LeBron South Beaches. All right, I know where you at. I know where you at, bro. Hey, man. Again, I just thank you. I thank you for your time. I thank you for what you do for the community. I know the community thanks you, even if they don't know it yet. I'm sure some kid who, again, like you said, it's tough to speak up and just admit to being bullied and admit to this is my issue. And to your point, it's tough for these schools or places of administration that want you to look at them in a certain light to say, hey, this really goes on behind closed doors.
Right.
So man, we just thank you for just keep fighting the good fight. We're gonna try to put the message out there as well. Again, bullying is affects everyone. To your point, but again, the things that you have in place on the philanthropy side, you're healing everyone, no matter what race or creed or color. So, man, just thank you for the work. Man, like you said, I know you're going to be bountifully blessed because you're helping people for no reason at all, man. And that's what it's about, man. Right from the heart. Thanks
Yes,
a lot
sir.
for your time, bro. And again, appreciate you, man.
All right. Likewise. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you having me on here, man. And God bless you, and I'll be seeing you soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, sir. I'll talk
All
to
right.
you,
You too.
man.
All right.
Have a good one. All right.